Here you go. Like, subscribe, and or follow this. No, wait, just do them all. Like, subscribe, and follow. This is Truly News. We would deeply appreciate it. We have like dozens of people who listen now. Yep. Dozens and dozens. That's about the end of it.
In some cases, a dozen and a dozen and a dozen.
That many?
Well, sometimes even more than that.
Yeah. Wowzers. The convention will be bigger this year.
Yeah.
So like, subscribe, and follow. And if you find a story we would like, send it off to TITR@netradio.network. No,
this time we're bringing Michael Dorn from Star Trek. It'll be fun.
No, that's Comic-Con.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, does he listen?
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
I have no idea if he listens or not. This was several years ago when I worked at a coffee shop. Not me personally.
He listened then? We weren't doing this then.
Yeah, I know. My shift was 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and often around 1 p.m., giant groups of kids on school field trips would come through the area. Now, this was a coffee shop located in a major California city, very close to a bunch of museums. I had been working a lot of overtime because of it to help my coworkers through the rush. Well, I got written up for doing too many overtime shifts without approval. I was explicitly informed not to work overtime again, and that I had lost overtime privileges until corporate deemed I could have them again, and working overtime again prior to that would result in further disciplinary action. Does this sound familiar?
Yeah, some middle management boss got pissy.
Yeah, the day after I was written up, right as my shift ended, 3 big buses full of kids unloaded and filled the shop. At 1:30 p.m. on the dot, my watch alarm went off, and I went to clock out.
Now, enter
the store manager.
This is the guy who made the big ruckus, right?
Wrote me up the day prior, said, "Where are you going?" I reminded her I'd lost my overtime privileges, clocked out, retrieved the shift drink I'd made for myself right before the rush, and left. The very next day, I was informed my overtime privileges had been reinstated. Right?
You should have brought crow for you. Should have just
or a hat. Eat this.
Either way, it was late August when, remember News of the Weird?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Shepard. Can't think of his first name. His last name was Shepard, the guy that used to do News of the Weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you're right.
He shared a story from Yellowstone National Park about a human foot being found floating in the abyss pool.
Yes.
Yeah. At the time,
it wasn't actually a potato this time, was it?
At the time, officials didn't suspect foul play, but KTLA TV reported. Now in January, so you're talking August to January, investigators have now identified the person to whom the foot belongs. I know this CSI stuff is getting spooky.
Wow.
70-year-old Ihan Rowe of Los Angeles.
Okay.
It appears that Rowe's Kia SUV was found in a parking lot near the spring. Inside were his laptop, a wallet with $447, a small book of poems, but no suicide note. Geologists didn't find any more human remains in the pool other than some fatty deposits floating to the surface at times. The pool, of course, is more than 50 feet deep and has an average temp of 140 degrees. So I'm guessing if you can get to the very bottom, you may find some boiled bones.
Yeah.
And then you can call Emily DeChanel and she can figure out what happened.
That'd be nice.
Sure.
Holy cow.
What? I like bones.
That's true.
I did. It had moments.
It did. It, in fact, had moments. This happened about 3 years ago.
And how does David Boreanaz get the roles he gets?
I don't know. He's doing that SEAL team thing now.
He goes from Angel. He goes from Buffy.
Yeah, to Angel.
To Angel.
Yeah.
To Bones.
Yep.
To the SEAL team thing he's doing.
He must be an okay guy.
He's kind of like the Sylvester Stallone of television.
This happened about 3 years ago, going through the airport in the U.S. I walked through a
Did it really?
Yeah. What?
Nothing.
I walked through a metal detector and something must have beeped and they needed to pat me down. After a thorough pat down, and where I giggled the entire time, I put my shoes on and started to walk over to grab my bag. TSA agent then stops me and says, "You've been randomly selected. Please step into the body scanner." I was polite, but said I really didn't want to get into the body scanner and asked if there was another way. The agent said, Well, I could get a pat down.
I thought they just.
I said, I just got a pat down. They angrily told me to pick an option anyway. So I took 2 steps backwards to the woman who had patted me down 30 seconds ago and spread them again. While she was patting me down, I asked her if she found anything new. Stared daggers at me, but let me go.
You know, you gotta love something. 32-year-old Matthew Greenwood and his 40-year-old Jeremy Crayon of Puyallup, Washington? Really?
Puyallup, Washington, yeah.
Okay, well, they have Walla Walla, so what do you know?
Mm-hmm.
They only wanted to rob a business on Christmas Day, according to NPR.
Well, as you do.
But, Christmas is like Chinese food and robbery. I get that.
Yeah.
But their strategy got them in much more trouble than the original crime would have. See, both were charged with attacking power substations, causing thousands of people to lose their electricity on, what did we say, Christmas Day?
Christmas Day.
So Greenwood and Crayon admitted that they just wanted to empty a cash register at a local business during the outage. Sabotage amounts to, I believe, a federal crime.
Mm-hmm. Felony federal.
Jeremy's lawyer said he plans to enter a not guilty plea.
Oh, good luck with that, you and the Don.
Oh, I still want to see the update on this son of a gun.
This will be good.
Well, there'd be no electric chair because,
Can't do that. All the power.
That'd be overkill. And besides, it's just probably attacking another substation.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.